Now we turn to the latest on a major U.S. intelligence leak and the hunt for the leaker. Federal investigators are trying to find out how several news organizations learned that Al-Qaeda was planning to blow up a U.S.-bound airliner with a new type of underwear bomb, and that the chosen bomber was in fact a double agent working for the CIA. Joining us now from West Babylon, New York, is Congressman Peter King. He is chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee. Great to have you with us, Congressman. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you.
What is Congress going to do about this?
Well, first of all, I know that the House Intelligence Committee, I'm a member of the Intelligence Committee, and I know that the chairman, Mike Rogers, is very concerned about this, and he's already beginning a preliminary investigation. I have personally called on the FBI to begin a criminal investigation because I've never seen a more tightly held or more highly sensitive operation than this. This was one of the most successful intelligence operations the United States has ever been involved in. Even the Speaker of the House was not told about it. The chairman of the important committees was not told about it. So a very small number of people knew about it, yet the entire story was leaked to the Associated Press almost 2 weeks ago. And how that could be allowed to happen, that put lives at risk, it imperiled this entire operation. It caused the operation to be pulled back before all the information could be obtained. And this literally is a crime. This is criminal activity, and the FBI has to investigate it. And the universe of suspects is much smaller than it usually would be because so few people knew about it. For instance, nobody in the Congress, no staff member in the Congress had any knowledge of this at all.
You bring up the universe of suspects. There are reports that this came from a British source. Do you believe that?
You mean as far as leaking the story?
Yes, that the British, that the leak came from a British individual.
Yeah, that's one of the first things the FBI is looking into. If it does turn out to be a foreign national, then or a foreign intelligence service, then obviously in that case, no one in the U.S. is liable. Having said that, I also know that the intelligence service that we are dealing with is very angry over this, so they don't believe that it was them. So, we'll have to see. But I'm just saying, if it's anyone in the U.S., it has to be criminally pursued. If it's somebody overseas, obviously the FBI wouldn't have jurisdiction.
So you haven't ruled out the fact that this could have actually come from a U.S. citizen. I want to ask you, though, if it was from overseas, aren't we powerless in dealing with this in the future?
Yes, what we have to do then is really file a diplomatic protest and use whatever leverage or influence or pressure we can on that foreign service. Now, most of the foreign services we deal with are very straight with us, especially the long-term partners that we have. And I'm not saying which one it was or exactly who it is because all of this is still classified. If it turns out, though, not to have been overseas, but here in the U.S., and again, from people I've spoken to, they're more inclined to believe it is here from somebody in the U.S. That has to be investigated all the way. So the FBI has to rule everything in and everything out. They have to, first of all, begin the investigation, look overseas, look here. But again, since it's such a small universe, this is not going to be your typical investigation where you have thousands and thousands of people and you have to work your way in. There's such a small number of people here. I think it's going to be no investigation is easy. This is going to be far less difficult than the average leak investigation.
Representative Peter King, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.